This is appropriate subject, given the fact that it's Valentine's Day soon. So today we will talk about relationship and how the lack of communication can lead you to many troubles. First introduction as usual. Hi, my name is Maya and I'm your life coach and coach for special parents. If you're first time on the channel and you want to know more about me and my story, our story actually, you can go down below in the description where there are 13 videos with our journey, with our beautiful teacher Joana, and you will get clear picture of who am I, why I do what I do, why I'm so passionate about helping other people, and passionate around personal development in general. Now let's move to relationships, communication, the importance of communication, and I will tell you a little personal story of how we would be in bigger trouble if we didn't communicate things right, and that was something that happened recently. So there are many articles and blogs and videos where you can find out many advices on one place, like tips for a healthy relationship, how to have better relationship, what to do to be in better relationship, etc. And they're all great, but today I want to focus exclusively on the topic of communication, because having healthy communication and not making assumptions is really in the root of avoiding conflicts. And opposite of that, 99% of the conflicts in relationships are as a result of a lack of communication. Let me give you a practical demonstration of my personal experience of lack of communication and avoiding potential conflict about it. So we are in a process of moving, changing the apartments, and we will be moving by the end of this month. So in the last couple of months we are in all the planning and planning the dates, planning the furnitures, the budget, etc. So we are basically most of our conversations are around that moving and switching the apartments. So in this new apartment there are going to be 2 home offices, and one will be for my husband and one will be for me. So we will have 2 separate rooms where we will do our things. I will run my business from there, and given the fact that there are still lockdowns and COVID measures, etc., most of the days is working from home. So there we are going to have our own home offices. In the last couple of months we were excited, and we were planning the decorating in the apartment in general, but also decorating our future workplaces. So we've sat down once, I think it was in November, and he asked me, what would you like to have in your home office space? So I said, okay, I would like to have a closet, a library, a desk where I will do the work, and maybe a little relaxing chair on the corner of the room where I will be reading books, meditate, prepare for session, take breaks and pauses, etc. And also I'm picturing one corner of the room to be decorated for the purpose of making videos like this in the future. I asked him the same, and he said similar. I would like to have a desk, a chair, a closet, a library, maybe something more or less. We will see, but basically we had our plans, all right? So it was a few days ago where we needed to sit down and actually make these plans more concrete and go to furniture shops to buy the things that we are missing and to see what from the things that we already have can bring to the other apartment. And while having this conversation, it came to a shock for the both of us when we realized how different were pictures in our heads about our future workplaces and the apartment in general. So here it is. So when I told him what kind of closet and library I want for my room, he was looking at the dimensions and said, you know what, I think that where you initially meant to put them, it's not the most appropriate place. You should consider of putting them on the exactly opposite wall of the room. And I'm saying, okay, so that means that the sunlight will come from my left to right. And he said, no. If you go with my suggestion, then the sun will come from your right. I said, there is no no logic in that, because I know the room, I know where the window is, and if I take your suggestion, that means that the sun will come from the sunlight, the light of the room will come from my left. And we started to explain to each other and to speak to a louder volume of voice, both of us being pretty much shocked. How could the other one not understand what the other one are saying? We both know the rooms and we both know how we want them to look like. So if I go with my suggestion, initially the sunlight will come from my right, but if I take his suggestion, then the sunlight, I'm sure, absolutely positive, is going to be coming from my left. And then we did something very clever. Before we both exploded, we agreed to sit down, take two papers, and draw how we actually picture our rooms. And here comes the shocker. In my drawing, I'm picturing that I'm on this side of the room where there is a wall behind me, and here in front of me is my desk, and here is the whole room. The closet and the library are on the opposite side, and the sunlight comes from my right. In his mind, his idea of his room was to take his desk and put on the corner of the room faced towards the wall, and the rest of the room should be behind him, so he can have the sunlight in front of him. We started to laugh so hard when we saw, first of all, that we had completely opposite ideas of our rooms. But that wasn't the funny part. The funny part was that each of one was convinced that the other one had the same picture and idea about the future office. See what the problem is? The problem is that we didn't communicate it in details how we've meant that at the beginning, and each one went with the assumption that the other one is thinking the same. Well, that could never be the case. First of all, if we take all the people in the world and say to them, for example, a word like dog, each one of you, if I say dog, each one of you will have a dog in their mind, but it's going to be completely different dog than my dog. Some of you will picture brown or black or white dog, small, big, etc. So we are talking about same thing, but we have completely different picture in our mind about that thing. Well, same is with everything. I can say home office, and you can say home office, and my husband can say home office, and each one of us will have a different picture of what this home office should look like. So we ended this intense discussion in good manners, and also it showed us the need to sit down and with pictures and many words explain how each of us is planning for the whole moving process to look like. And we agreed on everything, on dates, on how we will pack the things, which day are we going there, where we will put the rest of the furniture, and so on and so on. And I know that thanks to this conversation, we prevented many conflicts to happen from now on. And that is the biggest message I have for you today, to not take communication for granted. I mean, of course you communicate, of course you talk, but everyday talks are not communication. When we talk about, okay, we'll eat this today, this I'll make for dinner, this I'll make for lunch, okay, I'll do the trash, you do the dishes, or you do the shopping, and etc. It's not communication. You should set up dates once per month or once in a while, and treat those dates like a real meeting where you will have proper communication and you will discuss major things that are affecting both of us, like finances, like share mutual goals. It's very important to know if you go in same direction or you plan short-term and long-term goals in different directions. On those meetings, you should really openly and in detail discuss children's issues or planning a family if you don't have children yet, and so many more things. It's very unuseful and unproductive to speak about your relationship problems or issues with your friends, with your mother, brother, sister, father, and not discuss, not communicate these things with your partner. This thing from the other day was a real reminder and a big lesson to not make assumptions, but to communicate things at the right time and in details. And I do believe that many of the conflicts can be avoided if there is healthy communication as a foundation in your relationship. That's it. I would like to wish you have a great weekend and enjoy Valentine's Day. I'll see you very soon. Bye.